beast! Ah!
Hello, and welcome back to another edition of Not the Bees, the Nicolas Cage Filmography Podcast. My name is Megan. I'm here with Elizabeth. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. Today we're going to talk about Moonstruck, which is from 1987. It's an hour and 42 minutes. It's got 89% on Rotten Tomatoes, and it was directed by Norman Jewison. As far as the synopsis goes, it is a romantic comedy. No sooner does Italian-American widow Loretta, played by Cher, accept a proposal for marriage from her doltish boyfriend, Johnny, who's played by Danny Aiello. She then finds herself falling for his younger brother, Ronnie, played by Nicolas Cage. She tries to resist, but Ronnie lost his hand in an accident that he blames on his brother and has no scruples about aggressively pursuing Loretta while Johnny is out of the country. And as Loretta falls deeper in love, she comes to learn that she's not the only one in her family with a secret romance. I guess we should say before we really get into it, for this movie, Norman Jewison did win Best Director, Cher won Best Actress, Olympia Dukakis won Best Supporting Actress for this role, and by all intents and purposes, it is a great movie. I am just not a fan of romantic comedies in general, so this was not really my cup of tea. What are your thoughts?
I loved it. I absolutely loved it. It opens with Cher, Loretta, going to various little businesses where she does the books for them. It just little signposts of her life along the way. And then she goes to dinner with her boyfriend, Johnny, who is such a lunk, but he proposes and she accepts. And I love the conversation when she gets home and she tells her parents, first of all, they're like, again? You're going to get married again? But when she's talking with her mom in the kitchen the next morning and her mom goes, do you love him? And she says, no.
Yeah.
But I'll be happy with him. He's fine. He's fine. I think we've all been in those relationships where he's fine.
He's fine. He'll do.
He'll do. And then Johnny asks, while he is in Palermo seeing his ailing mother, will you, Loretta, call my brother? It is very important to me that my brother be at our wedding. I want to make amends with him. Can you please call him and ask him to come to the wedding?
Right.
So she calls him up, and Ronnie, played by a handsome, dashing Nicolas Cage.
Very young.
Ripe old age of like 12, I think.
He was like 23. He was 23.
He's a young one in this movie.
Yeah, he is. He hangs up on her.
He hangs up on her.
Immediately hangs up. He's like, fuck you, I'm not doing this.
He wants none of this. But she made a promise to Johnny, so she carts her ass over to the bakery where Ronnie works, and he has this impassioned, only Nick Cage could give this speech about how he lost his hand and how he will not stand for this. And then she's like, can we go upstairs? Can we go somewhere quiet and just talk? And he takes her upstairs, and boy, how do they jump into bed as soon as they get up there. Like, it is.
Yeah.
She cooks him a meal, and then it's just down to the bedroom. Right. It is. They just are moony for each other.
I mean, their banter is also really good before that. When she's in the kitchen cooking for him, he's like, "What are you doing?" She's like, "I'm cooking you a steak." "Well, I like it well done." "Well, you'll eat it bloody and you'll like it."
Yes,
like, that's very New York. It's very well written, and I do really enjoy the going around to the businesses, being the bookkeeper. I think the scene of her, the first place that she goes is a funeral home.
Yes.
And that is just the most adorable scene. Like, this woman literally just once a week goes into businesses and she's like, "Let me check your books." But while she's there, like, she takes care of every one of them.
Yes.
And that is adorable. And she is fantastic. Don't get me wrong. As, like, technically this movie is very good. It's just not my cup of tea. But I also, because we just got past the reveal of the hand, like, it's made of wood, first of all, which is
Yes.
just
Very well, I mean,
weird.
prosthetics in the 80s, my
I
dear,
mean, I
that's what we
get
dealt
that.
with.
I get that, but he's also working in the ovens. And let's just paint a picture here, because these are not, nice culinary kitchen convection ovens. These are giant, fiery, like, bread baking ovens that are built of stone in the basement of this building, where they are pumping out like thousands of loaves a day. It's fucking hot down there, and his hand is made of wood.
Yes. He keeps a glove on it.
He does keep a glove on it, but it's like a latex glove. It's not like a heat resistant glove. His hand is made of wood. I'm sorry. Because the thing about the hand made of wood is that it's really never an issue any other time in the movie, except for that moment
And at
and
the
when
end.
and at the end. And that's literally it. It's what a strange plot device.
So Cher is we kind of leave her and Ronnie for a while. For a good chunk of while, and we get to talk to her mom and dad. Turns out dad's having an affair.
Yeah, Dad is a local fat cat plumber who likes to rip off his customers.
And it's great. They're all living in this one house. It's mom and dad and Loretta and dad's dad.
Yeah,
So
with his
Loretta's
5
granddad
dogs.
with his 5 dogs. And then I also got the sense that the brother and sister live there too.
I'm not sure.
No.
No, they live in a different house, I think, because they came over at the end. They came into the house, like knocked on the door and came in.
But they were
So I
coming
think they
from
live
the
somewhere.
bank.
Right, but they still knocked on the door. Like, wouldn't you, if you lived there, wouldn't you just walk in?
Oh, good point.
But they were also super cute. I loved her aunt and uncle.
And the uncle's staring up at the moon, and it's like, look at that moon. It's the kind of moon that makes you fall in love.
Yeah.
And it's just so moony, and it's so ridiculously sweet.
It is.
And the next morning, and like Cher and Ronnie look out, Loretta and Ronnie look out at the moon too, and everybody's talking about this moon that's so full and bright and close. And the next morning, Loretta wakes up and she instantly has regret for what she's done. She goes to church. She gives confession. And then she sees her mom in the church, and she sits down with her mom, and the mom's like, your dad's cheating on me.
Yeah.
And Loretta asks, how do you know? And she says, a woman knows. And sure enough, he is. He's stepping out. And then Loretta had promised Ronnie she would meet him at the opera.
At the opera.
And you can tell she's feeling something because she goes to the hairdresser and gets her grays taken out. She gets her hair done. She's not frumpy anymore. She buys this beautiful dress.
Yeah.
And they go to see La Boheme. And I loved the scene where they're standing in front of the fountain, and he's kind of anxiously looking around for her, and she's kind of anxiously looking around for him.
And they keep missing each other.
Like
6 or 7 times. That's really cute. Yes.
It's such a cute scene.
It is.
They go to the opera. They see Loretta's father at the opera. That's no bueno.
It's no bueno.
Meanwhile,
she's obviously very upset. He has no idea. And then they go, there's like is there like an art gallery inside of this opera? That's the sense that I get, because they're at the art gallery beforehand and then after. And then like they're standing at the paintings, and she's obviously upset, and Ronnie's trying to like comfort her awkwardly. And she's like, the woman with my father is not my mother.
Yes.
And it's like, oh man.
Meanwhile, mom is taking herself out to dinner because she's a strong, independent woman. She can do whatever she wants.
Hell yeah, she can.
She ends up sitting down with the local gigolo, and that's a really cute scene. And then after the opera, they're walking, Ronnie and Loretta, and Loretta doesn't even realize they've walked back to his apartment, and he's like, I'm in love with you. Come upstairs. I need you to be with me. And she is very reluctant at first, but she gives in.
Yeah.
And she goes upstairs, and the night comes to a conclusion. Oh, but then Johnny has come home from Palermo, And he shows up at her house
his mother hasn't died. It's a miracle. He said, Mom, I'm getting married, and all of a sudden she's better.
Yeah. And he has a conversation with Loretta's mother about why do men cheat. But Loretta's not home. He says he'll come back in the morning. In the morning, Loretta is practically on cloud 9.
Yeah.
She is kicking a can down the street. Oh, she's just, and
loving life.
She is, yeah. And it all culminates in this scene in the kitchen where Mom and Dad are there, Ronnie shows up, Aunt and Uncle show up, and then Johnny comes in. And Johnny's big news is, Loretta, I can't marry you.
Right, which is just perfect timing.
Why can't you marry me? You made a promise to marry me. And Ronnie's kind of standing there like, hey, what are you talking about? You don't want to marry him anyway. And she's like, this is about a promise.
Right.
And he says, I can't marry you because my mother will die. I told her we were getting married and she came back from the brink of death. And if I marry you now, it will be terrible bad luck and she will die. And it's like, ugh. Mama's boy, you are dodging a bullet with this one.
Yeah, for sure.
And then Ronnie immediately asks her to marry him, and she says yes. And that's the big happy ending. That's a good synopsis of the film. I loved it. I thought it was great. I thought it was adorable. I thought Cher was really good, especially in that scene where she's first leaving his bedroom, and he just tells her, he's like, I love you. And she slaps him twice.
Yeah, I mean, that would be my reaction too.
And yells, get over it. She's so good in that scene.
She's so good in this movie.
Yes.
She's so good in this movie.
She really is. And I really didn't know what to expect from Cher, but she's really, really good in this. And Nicolas Cage is really, really good in this. Mm-hmm. And Olympia Dukakis is really, really good in this.
Yes. Yeah, it's definitely a good movie. Like I said, rom-coms are really just not my cup of tea. And to me, they're very basic and pedestrian, and also not very realistic. I mean, when we get to the point, they've spent one night together, they've just met, and he declares, I love you, after like 12 hours.
Right.
And he's like, I love you and I love the opera. And I feel like I saw this movie when I was very little, probably, but watching it now after, however many years having not seen it as an adult, and I'm just sitting here watching it, like, he's fucking with her, right? Like, that's all I'm thinking. Like, he has to be fucking with her.
Oh, you're such a little cynic.
I am a cynic because it's not realistic, but I got over that pretty quickly. The women in this movie are smart and funny and real.
Yeah.
And I really, really appreciated that, especially for it being 1987. I was very confused about why Johnny was in Palermo dealing with the mother, and Ronnie seemed to be extremely cavalier about her illness.
Well, they adjust it because Ronnie says that my mother doesn't like me very much, and so I'm not really in contact with her.
I mean, I get that, but like, don't you have some kind of like feelings outwardly anywhere? I don't know. And like, again, the hand, it's just gonna I don't mean to harp on it. It just bothers me. It just bothers me because the reason that he lost his hand is because he was working a deli counter, cutting something that his brother had ordered, and then his brother distracted him, so he ended up cutting off his hand. And also, I don't know if it's his full hand. I don't know if it's just the fingers, because we can clearly see the pad of his hand.
Yeah, he cut off his fingers. He cut off all his fingers.
Whatever it was, I feel like there were so many options for a far less dramatic device than him cutting off his hand to drive the brothers apart. Also, it doesn't vibe with me that she found him in a bakery. He's schlepping the loaves in and out of the ovens all day long. That's his job. Yet somehow he's also very, well-to-do and cultured.
It's his bakery.
I mean, I get that it's his bakery. It's just, he's very, like, I know you shouldn't judge books based on covers, but, like, where the hell did he go from being this rough and tumble blue-collar bread maker to this niche and cultured and full of artful knowledge, like eligible bachelor status. Like it's kind of, and I mean, I feel like we've seen a lot of romantic comedies, you and I, and there are tropes that exist within romantic comedies, and you're either, the down on your luck, tough as grit, like hard ass worker, or you're like the billionaire bad boy. And like, why, like this movie has both, which is just kind of like, he has his own, like, he's sitting in a better seat than her father, who makes a lot of money plumbing and selling ridiculously overpriced copper pipe. Do you know what I mean? It's just, it's weird to me.
I feel like you are finding nits to pick because you don't like romantic comedies.
That's possible, but it's also because I don't get swept away in the story of it, because it's a romantic comedy. It's difficult for me, but so I'm looking at it more from like an objective space than a space of entertainment wise, I guess, is probably the thing. But I think probably my favorite thing in the whole movie was when Johnny is leaving on the plane to go to Palermo. She takes him to the airport, and she's standing at the glass windows and she's watching the plane depart. And there is a little old Italian lady standing next to her, and she's just donned all in black with the lace veil over her head, like she's in mourning over something. And she goes, "Do you have someone on that plane?" And she goes, "Yeah, my fiance. He's on his way to go and see his mother." And she's like, "I cursed that plane. I cursed it because my sister's on it, and she's going back to Italy, and she stole a man from me years ago, blah, blah, blah." And I'm like, Jesus Christ, like, you're going to hex an entire plane? Crazy bitch cursing a whole plane of strangers. I just thought that was funny. I also really love that I guess maybe it's just a point of nostalgia or whatever. And I realized that, like, I was born the year this movie came out, but I also remember what airports were like before 9/11. And it was kind of refreshing to go back far enough to a movie that had an airport scene where, like, people were just showing up and getting on planes like it was nothing. There weren't metal detecting terminals. Nobody took their shoes off. That was really refreshing to see.
You could walk your loved one to the gate.
Yeah. And then the one scene where, I don't remember where they were. Oh no, actually it was the end scene, I think, where it's like that panoramic shot of New York City and the skyline. And I was like, this was in the 80s. This was before 9/11. And it's honestly such a beautiful skyline. But yeah, I mean, yeah, no, I'm not a huge rom-com fan. I wouldn't say that I liked this movie, but for what this movie was, it is a good movie. It did hit all of the notes. The acting was absolutely superb. And like, I haven't seen Cher in a ton of stuff. I mean, I don't really think that she's acted in a ton of stuff in general, but every time I see her, I think I've seen Witches of Eastwick probably, I don't know, a couple dozen times in my lifetime, and it's still one of the best fucking movies.
But you liked her in this.
Yes, I did like her in this. I liked her in this. I liked all of the characters in this. I liked the dad. I liked the grandparent or the granddad. Like, when he came down, like, the morning that the movie ends, when he comes downstairs and, like, mom is serving oatmeal to everyone, and before he sits down, this just adorable, dog-loving, feeble old Italian man, he goes, "Before I sit down, I say something." He's like, "You're going to pay for your only daughter's wedding." And I was like, oh, you speak. I love it. It's so cute. That was really cute. The whole end scene when they're all just sitting at the breakfast table. Yeah. And mom looks at her husband, at Loretta's dad, and she's like, "I've been a good wife." He's like, yeah, you've been a good wife. So then stop seeing her.
Yeah.
And he just stands up, smacks his hand on the table, sits down, and just kind of shrugs his shoulders and goes, "Okay." And like everyone's involved. Like, it's an American fucking family sitting down at the table. Everybody's got conflict in their life, and they're like, we're still sitting down and having a fucking meal together because this is what we do. This is what family is. I really like that aspect of it. The family situation.
I love John Mahoney as the ne'er-do-well
The professor,
The
yeah.
professor who is just going after
Every one of his students.
every student that he can.
Everyone.
And he was I'm trying to look and see what else I've seen him in. Like, so many
He
things
was the
I've seen
dad
him
from
in.
Frasier, wasn't he?
He was.
Yeah. He's been in a bunch of stuff. I love him.
Yeah.
I do love him. But I did grow up watching him on Frasier. But I do love, like, because we see it happen twice, right? The first time we see it happen, it's the beginning where they're at the restaurant, and I'm guessing, this is just an Italian restaurant in the neighborhood that apparently just has locals. The feel I get from it is that these are all, like, Italian small business owners.
Yes.
And they all know each other, and it's very, like, family-centric in the neighborhood that they live in, which is really cute. So they're at the restaurant at the beginning when Johnny proposes, and John Mahoney's character is on a date with a co-ed, and he says something that's probably really rude and sexist, and she stands up and she throws water at him. And he stands up, he's like, no. Clear all of her stuff, make sure it looks like she was never here, and then bring me a large vodka. Okay, sir. And at the end, when Mom takes herself out to eat because she's like, I'm hungry, I want dinner, and literally the exact same thing happens. Get rid of her stuff like she was never here and bring me a large glass of vodka. So cute. So cute.
You can tell that, like, he goes to this restaurant a lot and that this happens a lot with
regularly.
His co-eds. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it's the second time at the beginning of the film when this happens. Loretta is like, well, she's too young for him. And then at the end of the film, Loretta's mother, when it happens, goes, well, she's too young for you. Yeah. And so, like, they sit down, they have dinner together.
And then he tries to make a move on her.
And she's like, I'm too old
for you.
The scene, though, when they leave the restaurant and they're just walking, just to mosey.
Yeah.
And there's nothing coming of it. It's just nice to feel that level of companionship for a minute. And then here comes his dad on the other block, and they're about to meet at the corner, and he just doesn't say a damn word. He's like, walking the dogs, just walking the dogs.
He gives her a serious side-eye.
He does give her a serious side-eye. That he does.
So, Megs, what would you rate Moonstruck on a score of A through F?
From a purely objective standpoint, because, again, it's not my cup of tea, and I do want to be fair to it, I would say I would give the movie an A. I'd give it an A. And
what would we give the Nick Caginess of it? Because I agree with an A. It deserves an A.
The Nick Caginess of it is like an A++. 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 It was so good. It showed off. And, like, the thing about it is, and I know that we haven't gotten to this movie yet, but I know that we've both seen it, and it released the same year as Raising Arizona.
I love Raising Arizona.
Yeah, and, like, he had a really good year this year.
Yeah, 1987 was a good year for Nicolas Cage.
Yes, it was. And his performance is just so good. He's so, again, the body work that we see, and, like, even using the prosthetic as a prop, like, it's an easy prop to use. You just, slide your fingers in like it's a wooden glove. I think if I were, given this script to read as an actor and I read that, I would probably shit myself laughing, because that's just it's absolutely ridiculous. But other rom-coms have ridiculous devices to create meet cutes or friction or whatever. So it's fine. But the way he utilized it, his passion was good. Yeah, no, I would definitely give him an A++.
Well, this is the first movie we've given an A to, but this is the third time we've given Nicolas Cage an A.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's Nicolas fucking Cage.
So, I guess that's it.
Yeah, it was a good, solid movie. It was it was deserving of its wins. Cher, of course, is brilliant and fantastic and beautiful, and we love her. Nicolas Cage, A++. Yeah, those are my thoughts about it.
Well, it's been great to talk to you, Megs.
You too. And listener, if you're enjoying what we're doing here and you want to support us in this, we do have a Patreon. You can find us at patreon.com/notthebees. You can also find us on Instagram at notthebeespod, where we will every week post some slides from the show or from the movie that we've watched. And we'd love for you to follow along. So yeah, until next time.
Until next time.
See ya.